Welcome to A Year of Mindfulness. This is week 4. This is about meditation. And so this week we're going to be talking about meditation and the benefits. So if I had a pill that I could talk to my patients about and say, okay, I have this great pill, it has absolutely no side effects, and it's going to decrease your blood pressure, it's going to help elevate your mood, it's going to minimize your depression, minimize your anxiety, it's going to help with preventing dementia, it's going to increase your focus and concentration, it's going to help your pain, and it has absolutely no side effects. And so if you told patients that, they would all sign up for it, say, yeah, sign me up, I'm willing to take this pill. But once you tell them that that pill is actually meditation and you have to find 10 minutes to do it every day, then they start to say, well, I already meditate, and I don't have time to meditate, and they roll their eyes and look at you like you're some crazy yoga hippie person. And so and I get where they're coming from, because I've said the exact same thing. You know, sometimes I've been great at meditating, and then other times I've been really in practice with my meditation. So sometimes it's just about being mindful, and then sometimes I'll actually stop and meditate. So this is about my year of mindfulness, and it's about making me become a regular meditation practitioner as well as being mindful. And so one of the great things about meditation is that it helps you learn to be even more mindful. And so one of the first books I read about meditation was a book by Dan Harris. And he was a war reporter, and he started having symptoms of PTSD, and he was tasked to do segments on religion and holistic practices, and one of the topics that he went to research was meditation. And the more he researched it, the more he thought, you know, there may be something to this. And he talked about how he learned through meditation to control his anxieties and his PTSD symptoms. And given that that I treat a lot of veterans, I thought, well, you know, a lot of veterans with PTSD, I wanted to research this more. And so I researched it, and it really, there's so much evidence talking about how beneficial meditation is that I really wanted to try to encourage my patients. And so I wrote a very lengthy article that's attached to my website that you can look at and get more information. But there's a lot of great books, a lot of great references about meditation and how to meditate better. And meditation is a lot like brushing your teeth. So it's not one of those things that you do for 60 minutes once a week. You do for 5 to 10 minutes every single day. And if you do it every single day, it can help. After 1 month, they've been shown that it can help decrease chronic pain and decrease blood pressure, help with anxiety, and so many other benefits. And one of my favorite books where they talked about the benefits of meditation was in a book called, I want to make sure I say it right, it's a book called The Willpower Instinct by Kelly McGonigal. And one of my favorite things that she mentioned was that being bad at meditation is actually really good. And so I'm really bad at meditation, so I'll be sitting there, I'll have my eyes closed, and I'll breathe a deep breath in, and I'll breathe a deep breath out, and I'll breathe in and out and in and out, and then suddenly I'll realize I'm distracted. Oh yeah, I forgot to buy milk. I need to get milk from the store on the way home. And then you're like, oh shoot, I'm distracted. And then you come back and you breathe in and you breathe out and you breathe in and you breathe out. And then a few minutes later, you're distracted and you're like, oh shoot, I'm distracted. And then you come back and you take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then you're distracted and you come back, and you're distracted and you come back. And the art of recognizing your distraction and coming back is very beneficial for your brain. It's like doing pull-ups for your brain, and your brain is recognizing that you're distracted and it's coming back. And so it's really good, because when you help, if you have anxieties or depression, or you're having food triggers or other things, you know, you recognize that behavior, you recognize that thought, and your brain gets good at releasing that thought, letting it go, and bringing it back to your breath. And so you become a better meditator and better at letting those things go as you realize that you're bad at meditation, and you keep practicing, and it's exercise for your brain. And so that's one of the best things about meditation that I've personally benefited from. And so it's helped me to be able to recognize unhealthy behaviors, or even just when I have thoughts going through my mind that I want to let go of. And I tend to think that meditation helps you recognize about the TV screen that's going through your brain. And so all of us have something playing in our brain all the time. And so whether it's negative thoughts, or we're thinking about the future, or we're thinking about the past, there's a story going on in our brain. And so when you meditate, you become, instead of being part of the story, you become a watcher of the story. And so you're able to take out some of the emotional charge in the story. So you don't have to be so anxious about the story. You don't have to be so depressed or have regret or be so worrying about the future, because you're just watching. You're just a participating watcher instead of an active participant in the story. And so it helps you to take a step back and to realize, you know what, that's just my anxious story. That's just my anxious behavior. That's just my anxiety about the past or my anxiety about the future, and I can let that go. And so that is one of the most important things that I've learned about meditation. And so I made a practice to restart meditating and doing it consistently. One of my favorite apps is Headspace, because the narrator has a really great accent and he has such a soothing voice that makes you absolutely love it. But it's a paid app, and so some people may not be able to afford it. And so the other app that I recommend is a VA app, and it's a mindfulness coach. It's free, and so you can get on and you can practice just very simple meditations that only take 5 to 10 minutes and try to help. So I encourage you this week to go to my blog this week and look at the articles and books that I recommended that you can try to learn to be a meditator. Go to Mindfulness Coach for free, or you can try Headspace. And Dan Harris, the gentleman who wrote 10% Happier, he just came out with a new app called 10% Happier, and I haven't tried it yet, but it's one of those things I want to try doing this year, and trying it and see if I like it better than Headspace or some of the other apps I've tried. So have a great mindful week, and continue to practice mindfulness with your eating, and trying to be mindful about what you're eating and what you're putting into your mouth. And if you really want to take it further and become even better at being mindful, then try to start meditating just 5 minutes a day, once a day. And one of the things, if you find yourself saying, I don't have time to meditate, I want you to stop and think, is there one thing that I do that I waste my time doing that's only 5 minutes? So most of us waste 5 minutes in, watching TV, checking the news, checking our phone, on Facebook. So if you can spend that 5-minute time that you're having some sort of time-wasting moment to just go try meditating. So just go sit in a chair, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and just focus on your breath. And every time you realize that you're distracted, come back. So have a great mindful week, and I'll see you next week.